Hello, good morning, students. Today we will start Unit 5 Digital Presentation. Students, presenting information clearly and effectively is a key skill to get your message or opinion across the audience. Today, presentation skills are highly required in almost every field. Presentation skills include content as well as flow of presentation. There are a number of advantages of using a presentation prepared with computer. A presentation includes regular text, lists items, table, graphics elements, sound and video, animation. Students, presentation is used to present the project proposal in business organizations. Presentation is highly used in teaching and training. The concepts that are difficult to explain can be easily presented to the audience in a simple way using any presentation software. Impress is one of the important components of LibreOffice Suite from the Document Foundation. It is free, open source, and widely used by large community to create presentation. You can create presentation using text, graphics, and animations for class lecture. The presentation created in LibreOffice Impress can be opened in other presentation software like MS PowerPoint. Now, I will explain you the characteristics of a good quality presentation. Students, a good quality presentation is required to convey the message clearly to the audience. The following points should or guidelines have to be taken care of while preparing a good quality presentation. Number of lines. On one page or slide, try to include 5 to 8 lines. Adding more number of lines or a paragraph may take more time to read as the font size may become too small. Font size. While preparing the presentation, you need to take care of the zoom size, distance between the screen and the audience. Accordingly, the font size of the texts in the presentation may be decided. It will be appropriate to keep the font size at 32 points or more so that the audience can easily read the contents. Correct use of grammar and spelling. The grammar and language should be correct in your presentation, because if you make a mistake, that will replicate to the number of persons in the audience. So you must present the contents error free in terms of grammar, spellings of the language by reading the slides carefully, inserting images, drawings, tables, or graphs. Try to avoid inserting more than 2 graphics in any slide. Inserting too many graphics becomes confusing for the audience. Use of colors. Try to use dark colors, bold letters with different fonts to highlight certain points. Use fair or silent background colors and dark colors for fonts. Give attention to the contrast of background and foreground colors. Use different colors somewhere in between the presentation to show the importance of words. Animation and videos. Do not include more than one animation or video in one slide. Including more than one will overlap the sounds and may cause confusion to the audience. Pay attention to target group. While creating the presentation, give attention to meet the requirements of the target audience. Focus on the contents, sequence of the topics in such a way that it makes a flow to attract the attention of the audience from the objectives. Now, parts of Impress window. Students, the parts of Impress main window are title bar, menu bar, and toolbar. Now, let me explain title bar. It contains the name of presentation file with extension and presentation application. It is always of the top of the LibreOffice Impress title bar window. Window manipulation buttons are located in the right corner. There are maximize, minimize, restore, and close buttons also. Now, menu bar. It contains the menus with logically grouped commands. All the commands required to create the presentation are found here. The various menus are File, Edit, View, Format, Slideshow, Window, Help. Toolbar. Students, there are various toolbar to manage graphical user interface of Impress. You can use these toolbar as and when required for various tasks. Standard toolbar. Each menu of the menu bar is placed here as icons for easy operation. Slide pane. It is a vertical pane to see the slide in small size to navigate on any slide easily. As you click on particular slide, that slide will be displayed in larger size in middle of the window. Now you can modify and make required changes, add or remove effects to complete the slide. Workspace. This is the central part of the window where the presentation slides are created. Text is entered. Images and other objects are inserted. Slides. This is in the left part of the window. Display presentation slides in the thumbnail form. The pane can be closed and opened if you click on the slide pane command in the View menu. Task pane. Task pane is on the right part of the window. It is made up of 5 components. All components are not open as you start this pane. You need to select the relevant object to open it. Master pages. You can modify the base architecture of slide. You can make the presentation base and the common style for all slides using this. There are a few default slide master pages available in Impress. Layouts. You can prepare your own layout and keep these safe for future use using this software. You can select any of these and modify it on use it as required. Table design. This gives styles for creating tables. Anyone can modify the style according to his or her own choice. Custom animation. There are many animation features for the texts, drawings in a slide. Using this feature, you can add, change, or remove animation features. Slide transition. Using slide transition, you can set the way how the slide will appear during presentation. There are too many ready-made alternatives available. You can also modify features like speed of transition, sound effects, automated transition. Drawing toolbar. Using drawing toolbar, you can make various artistic works in the presentation to make your presentation effective. Insertion point. It is a location of the cursor where your text will appear as you type anything. Status bar. It displays information about the active presentation, the current position of the cursor, and the zoom slider. It can be adjusted according to user preferences. Status bar can be turned off in the View menu by selecting the status bar command. Zoom control. This tool is used to zoom in or zoom out the slide. Now students, how to create a presentation using template? To create a new blank presentation, select the File menu and from there select New option, or click on the New icon, or use the combination of keys Ctrl plus N. A window, select a template will appear. Choose a template as per your choice by clicking on the template to start preparing the presentation. Prepare your presentation using template. The selected template appears in the form of title slide layout as shown on the screen. When creating a presentation, the first slide is normally the title slide. You can use either a blank layout or one of the title layouts as per your title slide. Now enter the title text in this slide. Now students, selecting slide layout. Students, the appropriate layout can be selected from the layout section of the presentation window. The layout include in the LibreOffice range from a blank slide to a slide with 6 content boxes and a title as shown in figure. You can also select a slide layout by using menu slide, then slide layout and then title slide as shown in a figure. The layout you have selected will be applicable in the right side of the window. Saving a presentation. Students, while creating a presentation, you can save it to the disk and some name so that the content may not be lost or to use the presentation further. To save the presentation you are working on, select the File menu, Save option, or use the shortcut key combination Ctrl plus S, or click on the Save button on the standard toolbar. It will open the Save dialog box as shown in figure, which allows to select the location on the disk and assign the name to save the presentation. To change the location in Drive, open the directory in which you want to save the file, enter the name of the presentation file and click on Save button. Students, you can save a presentation with different name. Now to save a presentation with a different name, select File and click on Save As, or use the shortcut key combination Shift plus Ctrl plus S. In Save As dialog box, a new file name can be entered as shown in figure in the file name field. Saving is finished by using the Save button. Now saving a slide presentation with different format. By default, the presentation is saved with .odp extension. To save a presentation as another file type, select File menu, Save As option. In the Save As dialog box, click on the All Formats drop down menu and select the choice from the offered programs. For example, PowerPoint Microsoft 97 2000 XP 2003.ppt as shown in figure. Now running a slideshow. Students, to run a slideshow, click slideshow, then select start from first slide on the main menu bar, or click the slideshow icon on the presentation toolbar or the slide sorter toolbar, or press F5 key. The slideshow starts to run. By clicking the mouse button, you can move to the next slide, or you can use the arrow keys on the keyboard to go to the next slide or the previous one. You can also press the spacebar key on the keyboard to proceed to the next slide. Now right click anywhere on the screen to open a menu for navigating the slides and set other options. In the last slide, you will get a message, click to exit presentation. Just click the mouse button or press any key on the keyboard to exit the presentation. If you want to exit the slideshow at any time, just press the escape key. Using help. Students, help function is located in the help menu. By selecting the LibreOffice Help tab, a window is opened with a list of available help topics. In the search item text box, you can enter a term to explore. The quickest way to open the help function is by pressing the F1 function key. Inserting a duplicate slide. Students, sometimes you may wish to insert the same slide as the previous ones, just like the first page of the book has the title of the book and the same title also appears on the cover page of the book. In such a case, you may copy the slide to the next slide. In simple words, you want to duplicate an already created slide. So, to insert the duplicate slide, select the slide you want to duplicate from the slide pane. Right click on the slide and select duplicate slide from the menu. After inserting a duplicate slide, the presentation will look like as shown in the figure. Now inserting a new slide. Students, to insert a new slide, select from menu bar slide, new slide, or right click on a slide and select new slide from the context menu. After inserting a new slide, the presentation will look as shown in the figure. Slide layout. Students, after inserting a new slide, the layout contains one or more content boxes. Each of these content boxes can be configured to contain text, movies, images, charts, or tables. You can select the icon based on the content by clicking on the corresponding icon that you want to display as shown in the middle of the content box figure. To change the layout of a slide, just select the slide in the slides pane. It will appear in the workspace and select the desired layout from the layout section in the slide bar. Several layouts contain one or more content boxes. To use the content box for text, click to add text. Enter the text as you want to display in the slide. Copying and moving slides. Students, the slides can be created and can be reused within the presentation or in another presentation. To move the slide to another location, use cut and copy paste process, and to copy the slide, use the process of copy and paste. Now cut and paste. To cut and paste something in a presentation, select the slide by marking it in the slide sorter web or on the left side of the screen in the normal web. Now click on the right mouse button and select the cut option if you want to move it, or select copy option if you want to copy it from the context menu. Mark the place in the presentation where you want to move or copy the slide. Now right click on the mouse button and select the paste option from the context menu. Deleting slides. Students, to delete any slide from a presentation, first it should be selected. To delete one or more slides, select the slides by marking them in the slide pane. Right click the mouse button on the selected slide. Select the delete slide option in the context menu. Another quick way to delete the slide is just select the slide and press the delete button from the keyboard. Renaming a slide. Students, the slides are named as slide 1, slide 2 by default. It is possible to give the name to the slide by renaming it. To rename a slide, select the slide by marking them in the slide pane. Right-click the mouse button on the selected slide. Select the rename slide option in the context menu. A rename slide dialog box will appear where you can assign the new name to the slide. Moving, copying and deleting content. Students, Impress is the component of LibreOffice, so you can use the same commands and options that of LibreOffice Writer for editing text in LibreOffice Impress. To copy or move some text or an object in the presentation to another location, it is necessary to first select the text. Now select the text and click the right mouse button. Select the copy option from the context menu for copying or cut option to cut. Position the cursor on the location on the slide to which you want to move or copy the content. Press the right mouse button and select the paste option from the context menu, or you can use the shortcut key Ctrl+V. Deleting slide. It is easy to delete the text of the slides. The delete and backspace button on the keyboard is used to delete the text. The delete key deletes the character on the right of the cursor, and the backspace button deletes the character on the left of the cursor. Pressing delete key or backspace keys deletes one character at a time. To delete the line or paragraph of text, first select the text and then press the delete key. Alternatively, you can use the cut option to delete the text. View a presentation. Students, the presentation created in Impress can be viewed in a number of ways. One may wish to view the presentation in larger or smaller or in medium size. It is possible to view the presentation as per the user's requirement. Now, how to control the size of the wave with the help of zoom? There are ways to zoom the slide. Use the zoom slider on the status bar, or use the zoom button on the standard toolbar, or use the menu option View, Zoom, then Zoom. The Zoom and View Layout dialog box will open. Select the appropriate option from it. Zoom slider on the status bar has two marked sections. If you are positioned in the first highlighted section, the entire slide will display within the workspace. If you position yourself to the second one, the increase of 100% of the slide will be displayed. Workspace views. Students, the various workspace views are in the drop down list of the view menu. These views are normal view, outline view, notes view, slide sorter view, slide master view, notes master, handouts master. The appropriate view can be selected from the view menu. Now let me explain these views one by one. Normal view. As shown in figure, it is the main view of working with individual slides. This view is used to format and design and to add text, graphics and animation effects. In this view, the slide is displayed in the middle of the window. On the left side of the window, the pane view with slides thumbnails is displayed. Outline view. As shown in figure, it contains all the slides of the presentation in a sequence. It shows each slide in the outline format. Only the text contained in each slide is displayed inside the workspace. It displays slide text in the form of a structure. Normal notes view. As shown in figure, it is used to add notes to a slide for the information of presenter. It is not seen by the audience while showing the presentation. It displays the area in which the notes are used to help during the presentation. Slide sorter view. As shown in figure, it contains all of the slide thumbnails. It is suitable for rearranging the slide order. It is used to sort slides with the drag and drop method. Use this view to work with a group of slides or with only one slide. Now, formatting text. Students, the contents of the slides can be formatted in various ways. The most common way is to use the formatting icon on the formatting toolbar. The various formatting options are shown in the figure. Font name. Click on the font type drop down display to see the list of fonts and objects of a font name. Size. Click on the font size drop down display to see the list of font sizes from where you can select the font size. Increase font size. Clicking on a with upward arrow will increase the size of the text. Decrease font size. Clicking on a with downward arrow will decrease the size of the text. Bold. Clicking on the B button changes the text bold. Italic. Clicking on I button changes the text to italic. Underline. Clicking on U button changes the text to underline. Strike through. Clicking on strike through button draws a line through the selected text. Superscript. Clicking on superscript button raises the selected text above baseline. Subscript. Clicking on subscript button lowers the selected text below baseline. Font color. Clicking on drop down box to the right of the font color icon opens the color palette from where you can change the font colors. Highlighting. Click on the drop down box to the right of the highlight color icon opens the color palette from where you can change the highlight color. The alignment icons are also used to align the text to the left, center, right, and justify. Now, inserting tables. Students, tables are inserted by selecting the table icon on the standard toolbar or by selecting the table command on the insert tab. In the insert table dialog box, the number of columns and the number of rows are specified. Now, how to enter and edit data in a table? The content is put in table by placing the insertion point in a table cell and entering text. Moving the insertion point to a table can be done in three ways. Number 1, by pressing the left mouse button. Number 2, by pressing the tab key on a keyboard. Number 3, by using arrow keys on the keyboard. Now, how to select a cell? To select a cell within a table, position the mouse cursor along its left edge, and when the cursor changes to a sloped white arrow, press right mouse button as shown in figure. Now, how to select a row or a column? To select a row or a column in a table, position the row or column to select, and when the mouse cursor changes to a sloped white arrow, press the left mouse button and drag it to the end of the row or column. Now, selecting a table. To select an entire table, first click on its edge. When the mouse pointer changes to a sloped white arrow, click on the left mouse button. To move the table, position on its edge and when the cursor changes to the sloped white arrow, drag the table to a specified location. Now adjusting column width and row height using mouse. Students, to change the width of the column, position on the border line between the two columns, and when the cursor changes to a double arrow sign, press the left mouse button. Hold and drag it until the column achieves the desired width. The same can be done for adjusting the row height. Changing table borders and background. The various table formatting options can be applied on the table just like Writer. The borders and backgrounds can be assigned to the table. To do this, right click on the table border. The table properties dialog box will open as shown in figure, from where you can change the border and background of the tables. Now deleting a table. Students, to delete a table, click on the slide and drag a selection box over the table to select it. Then press the delete key or click on the table border to select the table and press the delete key from the keyboard. Students, you can also insert an image from a file. So to insert an image into presentation, select Insert Image on the menu bar or click on the Insert Image icon located on the standard toolbar. The Insert Image dialog box opens. Select the file from the desired directory by selecting the preview option. A thumbnail of the selected image will be displayed in the preview pane on the right as shown in the figure. Students, you can insert an image from gallery also. The gallery contains the images that can be used in a presentation. To insert an image from the gallery, select Insert Media Gallery from the menu. The gallery displays the available themes with images as shown in figure. Select a theme and scroll to find a suitable image. Click on the image and drag it onto the workspace. Release the mouse button and the image will be placed into your slide. Moving images. Students, you can also move the images. Now, how to move the image in a slide? Click on the image. Observe that the cursor changes to hand figure as shown in figure. Click and drag the picture to the desired position and release the mouse button. Now you can resize the image also. For resizing the image, select the image by clicking on it. Observe that selection handles displayed. Position the cursor over one of the selection handles. The cursor changes the shape, giving a graphical representation of the direction of the resizing. Click and drag to resize the image as shown in figure. Now release the mouse button when satisfied with the new size. Students, we can also rotate the image. Now the image can be rotated in any direction using the rotate icon. To manually rotate an image, select the image to display the selection handles. Click the rotate icon on the line and fling toolbar. Click again on the selected image and the selection handle changes shape and color as shown in figure. Click the mouse and move in the direction in which you want to rotate the image. When satisfied, release the mouse button. Drawing lines and shapes. Students, Impress provides various drawing tools. The drawing toolbar having the majority of the tools used to create graphical objects as shown in figure. To activate this toolbar, select View, Toolbars, Drawing from the main menu bar. Now, Select how to draw line. Click on the small triangle to the right of the line tool and select the desired line from the available selection. Now click and drag on the slide to create the line or shape and release the mouse button. Drawing shapes. As similar to drawing a line, you can draw shapes by selecting the desired shapes from the available selection and clicking and dragging on the slide. For example, a drawing the human face shape has been illustrated in figure. Grouping and ungrouping objects. Students, more than one object can be grouped together and treated as a single object. A group formed by grouping the objects can be formatted as a single object, moved, rotated, deleted, and so on. To group objects together, select the objects to be grouped using Selection tool on the drawing toolbar and draw a rectangle around the objects to be grouped, or hold down the Shift key and click on each object. When the selection handles are displayed, right click on an object within the selected group and select Group from the context menu. An example of grouped object has been shown in the figure. Now, how to ungroup the objects? Select the group by clicking on any one of the objects in the group. When the selection handles are displayed, right click on the group and select Ungroup from the context menu. Now, working with slide masters. Students, Impress comes with various slide masters. These slide masters are available in the Master Pages section of the sidebar. There are three subsections, namely used in this presentation, recently used, and available for use. Click the expand marker next to the name to expand it. It will show thumbnails of the slides. Just click the collapse marker to collapse the subsection to hide the thumbnails. Every slide master shown in the available for use lists from templates with the same name. Now students, you can also add transitions to your presentation. So for this, what you have to do, in the slide bar, select the slide transition icon to open the slide transition section. In the slides pane or slide sorter wave, select the slides to apply the transition. If you want to apply the transition to all the slides, do not select any slides. In the Apply to Selected Slides list, select a transition. Modify the selected transition by changing the speed or adding a sound in the Modify Transition section. To play a sound during transition, select a sound from the sound list. If a sound is selected, the loop until next sound option becomes active. Now select this option to play the sound repeatedly until another sound starts. Now select how to advance to the next slide, manually, by mouse click, or automatically, that is automatically after. To select and automatically advance, you will have to specify how long the slide should remain visible before it automatically advances to the next slide. Now to apply the transitions to all the slides, click Apply to All Slides, and to start the slide show from the current slide, click Slide Show.